Gist with Jolly. Bringing you hot and direct gist. From the Nollywood, subscribe and turn notification bell.
Yes, my beautiful people, I don't know how many of us have seen this Mr. and Mrs. on Sonia Uche's movie. You know, it took like, let's say, a month after she uploaded X and Y, and then though it because of maybe some technical issues or because of problem here and there, YouTube problem, or maybe banner problem or something, but it actually took time for this movie to be uploaded. And why she did a Facebook live, she promised all her fans that it's not gonna happen like that. She's never gonna take time in uploading her movies again, that it's gonna be like 2 weeks, every 2 weeks after the movie, a movie will be uploaded, 2 weeks interval. So I do know that when she made announcements on Friday, was it Friday or Thursday, she made the announcement that a movie will be uploaded on Sonia Uche TV, Mr. and Mrs. That was the end. A write-up. Sonia Uche, why? Sonia Uche did only write-up movie of so Mr. and Mrs. will be uploaded on Sunday by 6 p.m. Finish. We're waiting for banner. We did not see banner. I practically went to Instagram. I went to her Facebook, went to YouTube, TikTok to see if there is any banner hidden somewhere. There was nothing. And everywhere was like, the whole YouTube was like, Mr. and Mrs. Bam by Va. Do you know, I actually thought that because there was this a notion that Bam by Val, all the things that we are expecting in the movie here and there, everybody was like, okay, that Mr. and Mrs. Is now banned by Val. We're so certain. Me, I was like 100% sure. I was not doubting anything like that movie. Then at the end of the day, by 6 p.m. Sunday, boom, we saw another thing. But anyways, we had to watch. I guess this was a strategy for her. It's not like maybe she wouldn't have like given the banner out or she didn't have the trailer, but I guess it was a strategy to get people glued to Sonia Uche TV, waiting for the movie to be uploaded. You know, that girl is very, very intelligent. That young lady is very intelligent. I think a lot of producers should also learn from her. That's a very big strategy that you should use most time to get your people like confused. And when I was gisting previously on my show, I was like, I don't know what to even say or who the Mr. is, but eventually we saw that it was Daniels that was the that was the Mr. Birth. The whole movie, okay, I'm kind of giving a review of Mr. and Mrs. The whole thing started out okay, like, wow, I didn't like the scene from the beginning. That's personally like me. I was like, what's Sonia doing in this kind of place? This is not the place she's supposed to be. And then I looked at the cast and I looked at the people that she was surrounded with. They were all pushed up. They were all like looking more like sophisticated in that birthday party. And then Sonia was looking like more or less like a naive girl. From the look of the movie, you will see that she was not, that place she was at that particular time was not the place for her. Because looking at the people, the celebrants and those that were invited, they were all looking, and then they were kind of like talking and enjoying the party, and then she's all quiet and all to herself. I was like, this young lady is in a wrong place. And my perspective was never, my instincts wasn't aligned to me when eventually she went home and her mother confronted her that where was she coming from. Like, I looked at the mother, was like, okay, yes, now I see where this young lady is coming from. Whoa, that's no wonder I see where this young lady is coming from. You understand? Now I know the dressing, the naiveness and everything. So the movie is basically a good one. Like, girl raised in a Christian home, brought up in a Christian way, all your life has been like church, 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 and the rest of it. And then from out of a blue, you wanted to taste what the world is like by following your friend to a party. Like maybe she had never in her entire life experienced what party is all about, and being like a church girl, she was kind of, I think, before she went to the party, she must have been explained what the whole party is like, and hey, can you follow me to like this party and the rest of it. Her mother wouldn't have approved of this party. She had to sneak out of the house, and boom, she's at the party. And seeing how the whole place was like, my goodness, this is a wrong place for me to stay. So she had to like be on her own, and like when everybody was like, okay, we're going to be doing this truth or there, and she didn't want them to feel bad or feel that she doesn't know what the word is like. She didn't want them to feel otherwise. When they gave her truth or dare, she preferred to like drink other than telling them what sex is like. She's a virgin who had not explored a sexual relationship before, and now they are talking about sexual talks and all the likes, and she hadn't experienced this, so there was no way she would fit into that discussion. For her to like make them not believe that she's a very naive girl, she opted to drinking. And of course, drinking was the first time in her life as well, and it would be an alcohol. And coming to drink an alcohol for the first time in your entire life, you would not be the same, honestly. So at the end of the day, they were doing truth and dare, and then Thelma was like, yes, that he has to, is his turn to like, for him to say what they should do. And then he was like, Daniel should marry someone at the birthday party. I was like, oh my goodness. Of course, my mind went straight to Sonia Uche, that this is the lady this young man is going to be like settling, because of course the movie is Mr. and Mrs. Like I said, we already knew who the Mrs. is, but we didn't know what the Mr. was. So I was like, okay, this is Sonia you're going to be proposing. But at the end of the day, I felt maybe it's kind of at the end of the day they will start living together. Then boom, Sonia was at home, and of course the mother, like an African woman would do, from a Christian home, you didn't sleep at home, because of course she was all drunk and ended up in a hotel room with Daniels. What were you expecting? Things will go wrong. Of course, at the end of the day, she came back home. The mother demanded for virginity test, and I think this movie is basically for, I don't want to say every of the movie, so that you can go actually see it. It's talking about young girls who are still very naive, because there are still naive ladies, young girls in the society. It's partly for them, teaches them, if you have made up your mind not to disvirgin yourself, then you are going out with those who already know what the world is all about. You should go how will I put it? You should go and like have friends with people of same mind. You can't be having a friend who already has tasted waters, has known everything in the world, and then you're becoming friends with such a person. The person will definitely teach you how to live your life. You understand? So making bad friends was one thing that spoiled Sonia Uche, because if she hadn't made a friend like Thelma, there was no way she would have found herself in the party in the first place. And then making a friend too who made you to like, you didn't confide in your mom, you didn't trust her, you had to confide in your friend in everything. It also tells us that mothers too, it explains Sonia Uche's mother in this movie did excellent well, like a Christian mother would do, but she was overboard. She was like extreme. How did I mean that she was extreme? You're a Christian, you shouldn't be like all too fudgy, like you shouldn't be like too cringe, you shouldn't be like too not too tight-fisted, like a tyrant towards your daughter. Sonia Uche grew up with a fear in this house that whatever mom says is what must be done. You understand? And you didn't give her room to like explore the world. You would have given her, imagine you telling her not to walk because she'll be exposed in the world, and then she'll be like influenced negatively. She was a Christian woman but brought her daughter in a wrong way. Honestly speaking, Christian mother shouldn't, you should be able to like talk with your daughter, give her free hand, trusting. And I love the part that Sonia said, you don't trust me. Trust your daughter. You trust her that I trust you, you cannot do this. Allow her make friends, like make friends to be free and still be checking chit chats or with your daughter and not being a parent. Like being a parent is good, but not being too parenting. She was too parenting to Sonia Uche, of which was very wrong, and it impacted fears in her. So it made her to always like sneak out of the house without telling her. Imagine if she had given her that free hand, she would like, hey mom, I want to follow so and so to a party. Her mom would have like, hey, don't you think that party is a very bad idea? Wouldn't you? Okay, what will be happening in the party? The mother would have like a friend, a mother to daughter. There should be this friendship. You understand? I have daughters myself. Most time we chat at their very young age that they are. We chat. Most time I want to find out if they already know some basic things, adult things. I would like ask them, do you know this? I will ask them, chip in. Do you know what the definition? Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? Do you know what? I want to hear their perspective, and then so I will know how to like follow them up. You understand? So you ought not to be a tyrant where your girl is, then making her to be scared of you. As a grown-up girl in her 20s, and this is going out to all the younger ladies, a girl child is very fragile, and you need to follow her in a way that will not make her see the world as an evil place or evil people. Sonia Uche couldn't be free where others were because that was the way she was brought up, and it is very, very bad. So as a mother, what you ought to have done is that to create that relationship between your girl and you. Tell her everything that you need to, give her the necessary lessons that she needs, and then allow her. She will not disappoint you. But when you want to like influence her and hold that, you must not do this, there will be people out there that will tell her otherwise, and which her friend actually did. Told her otherwise. You can actually disobey your mom for the first time and the rest. So there will be people that they are listening to as against your own advice. But imagine if you're like diplomatic with them in everything, following them, not being too like too policing. You will see that they will tell you everything, and you will guide them with wisdom. Even when they make those days, okay, let me tell you people story. Like in my other channel, I usually like each time I'm giving a what they call it, a review, I have a story in line with that. Okay, there is this very thing about a lady, a woman who has a daughter, and they are like very close. The mother and the daughter was very close. This is a true life story. Actually, it's really happened in Nigeria. So the girl always tell her mother everything, and the mother always advise her very well. And then it happens that on this fateful day, she met a young boy who invited her online and says that, can you come to my house for a job? That I have a job at, okay, not even a house. The young boy invited him for a job. She was searching for a job online, and she stumbled on this one, and the young man gave her address where she could come for interview. On this fateful day, she told her mom, Mom, I got an interview to do on so day in this so address. The mother asked for necessary information and she told her everything. The boy, it was like, Mom, should I go? He said, okay, you can go, but I'll go alongside with you, but I'll be outside in case anything goes wrong. That was how both of them went. And then when she got to the address, she called the young man. The young man directed her to the very place. The mom was at a distance watching, and the young lady went, and the woman like gave her some minutes, and then she followed suit. While the young lady was in with the man, a bit young, the place was even not even an official location. It was secluded, kind of a building like a house or something. So the young lady entered and the mother followed suit and was like watching. Before you know it, something started happening like along the line, and the lady screamed, and that was how the mother came in and knocked. If you don't, this, I'm the mother of the, I'm with the police. If you don't open this door, something. So, and that was how this girl was rescued. And you know what? This young man flew from the window and ran. He wanted to like do something bad to her, like, I don't know whether it was a ritual. I can't remember. It's a very long story then. I read it on a newspaper and I was like screaming to myself that what was the essence of that story in that newspaper was that young ladies try as much as possible to always like tell your mom everything. And then your mom can actually help you. Imagine if this girl didn't tell her mom and she just went. That was how this girl would have lost her life. So relationship matters between your children, especially girl child, because they are very, very fragile. They can easily be misled by friends, peer pressures, and the rest of that. So when you tell them that you create that relationship with them, you find that out, they will tell you everything and you will guide them with wisdom. So Sonia Uche's mother failed in that regard. She was like, heavily raised. You're coming with me. If it is not heavily raised, no, this and that. So they played his part, and then Daniels was good on his own part. A young man who was confused, impregnated a lady. You have a fiancé, but you're so not into with the fiancé because of one thing or the other. Then the fiancé too was good, was a very good one. She tried. Oh God, sophisticated lady, working class lady who wants the man to herself. She acted excellently. She used to be my very, very good actress. Long time. I used to love her, the way she talks. Kaina was one person that I love, the way she talks. Instead of watching the movie I'll be looking at her mouth. I love her, the way she speaks. Like, yes, I don't care. This, you understand? I love her a long time ago, honestly. And seeing her again in this movie actually reconnected that love for her, honestly speaking. So this movie is one that is a must watch. The camera is top notch. The storyline, you would not believe that the storyline is not the regular type that we always see on our movies. So Uche is often takes her time to deliver a job that is so different from other movies. These 3 movies that had been uploaded on our channel is something that is a must watch. Honestly speaking, if you have not seen this movie, it has a lot of lesson packed. It teaches morals to how a mother should behave to their children. Sonia Uche mother behaved differently, of which is not acceptable. So I think Christian mothers should watch this movie and see how you should relate with your daughter and not pressing them that they must do this and do that. You understand? So if you have not seen this movie, it's a must watch. You can go to Sonia Uche TV and stream it. Mr. and Mrs. We're looking for who the Mr. was. Who the Mr. was, and we eventually found out it was Daniel. Daniel eventually made a very good decision, taking up to his responsibility at the end of the day, which every young man nowadays wouldn't do, because they already have, according to him in this movie, he already has a fiancé, but he took up to his responsibility so as not to allow the young innocent girl take an abortion and abort the baby. I give him that kudos for taking up to responsibility. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Still streaming on Sonia Uche TV. If you have not seen it, then go and say subscribe and share to other people. I want to hear your own kind of review on this, please. What part of this movie did you love? Let's hear. Or is there any constructive criticism you have for Sonia Uche? Let's still see or hear it on the comment section. I am Nolly Direct.
I'm pregnant.
What? What do you mean you're pregnant?
Well, what was you asking? What does she mean that she's pregnant? She just said she's pregnant, and you're still asking her what does she mean that she's pregnant? What are you talking about?
How can you be pregnant?
What do you mean? How can she be pregnant? Because both of you did what people do to get pregnant. That's why she's pregnant.
So you're pregnant for me?
Yeah, no, it's not for you. It's for Fidelity.
Yeah, you shut up now. Did you get the belly?
Guy, don't open mine for me. Who should be me? Shut up. Why they talk like that?
Can I speak with you privately?
Nah, it's not private talk.
So you did a test and it says you're pregnant?
Yes.
Nah, you want to talk private talk. Guy, you have a wife. You have a wife now.
So what do we do?
I don't know.
You do realize that this whole thing was a mistake, right? Like, it was both our fault. We shouldn't have let this thing happen. Like, we could have been more careful.
Well, the deed has been done. I'm pregnant.
Okay, so you know you can keep it.
Okay, what are you suggesting?
What else is there to do?
Abortion? Please don't mention that one. That one is totally out of it. I can't have an abortion.
You can't have an abortion.
I can't.
I'm engaged. Okay, come on.
Okay, you're not the only person who has an issue here, okay? My mother just found out that I'm pregnant.